showed you the gospel has been preached. The word is out there. All right? We the last thing. Now, let me ask you this. Is you going to take that too? Hold on. You going to take that too? Hey, bro, we conversation. You ask a question. Of course. Of course. You ask a question. So what's the question? What that got to do with all hell breaking loose in America? He asking retarded questions. We in the time of prophecy right now, man. If you don't believe the Bible, then he ain't working on it. He's explaining it to you. He ain't explaining nothing. He answers serious questions. What was the question? Somebody grab that. Avoid foolish questions. Let's bring it out real quick. That's a foolish question. That's all right, man. We gonna keep going. We gonna keep going. We was looking for. Hey, man. Don't take that chip. Don't take the chip. The mark of the beast. Don't take it. All right, hey, just know that all lights is getting ready to be shut down here in America. Everything is getting ready to switch. It's walking around. It's getting ready to switch. You don't want to get a market for a blood wrap? Hey, Chinese is mother boy. Okay, your father Chinese, so you Moab. You Esau. You an Israelite. All right? According to the Bible. According to the Bible. That's all good. I'm asking one question. You have any friends outside of America? Yeah, I have. You been to more than 3 countries, 4 countries? Nah, I mean, it ain't necessary. Why? Huh? Why? Sometimes what's going on, you never leave this motherfucker.
Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Call Haloim La Yahweh. Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rakah Ha Kodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles in the great millstone. To the rest of the brethren on down is teaching and preaching the true doctrine of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Shalom by Yahshua Dabada, and to the Akim and Akwab that's out to repent. Shalom to you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, to the hopeful elect of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Shalom, Mashpachah. This is Hakarab coming at you with a quick one. And this is why I say, and this is why the rest of the brothers say the same thing. Is what those the brothers of Great Millstone and the own brothers of likewise doctrine according to the true doctrine of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. This is why we say, fuck these weird ass weirdos, man. This is why this is only for the elect of our people. This is not for 2/3 of our people. You see the dude try to flex on the brothers, man. He tried to flex on them. Have you ever been, he don't care nothing about then the brother telling him, like, I don't want to hear some of this old ass nigga you done called saying something, man. I don't want to hear him. He's sitting back talking about somebody, you believe in Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Nigga, we the Israelites. Why wouldn't the fuck we believe in our forefathers, nigga? Why wouldn't we believe in our forefather Yasha'Allah and his father Isaac and his grandfather Abraham, nigga, which is our forefather? Why wouldn't we believe in them? That's why the brother say, this nigga asking a dumb question. How we the Israelites but we don't believe in our forefathers? That's some dumb shit. You see? And it really don't mean nothing if the nigga do know what the mark of the beast is. So what? And he only know what the mark of the beast is because why? The nigga he didn't heard that brothers preaching the truth. All these motherfuckers have known, man. They know. Because why? What you think the preaching the truth is, man? Matter of fact, let me grab this real quick. And I always read this, and I'm going to read it right now. Hebrews 10:26. You see? And it says what? For if we sin willfully after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remain no more sacrifice for sin. Right? And this is why Yahweh Shah made this statement. Let me grab that. St. John 5:22. And what he says. And it says what? Is that what I wanted? 5:22? Well, no, I ain't want that one. Is it 15? 15:22, I think. 15:22. That's what I want, right? And it says what? St. John 15:22. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin. But now they have no cloak for their sins. So the truth done been preached for this reason. So you can't say you don't know. See? And that's a sin. If that's a vital sin that's gonna cause you to get your ass put to death if you do what? If you take that MOTB. You ain't gonna make it. You see? Because that's a grave sin. That's a sin unto death. Right there. You see? So they all have been told. And what did Yahweh Shah say right here? Let's read the NLT. They would not be guilty if I had not come and spoken to them. And how are you being spoken to by out of the mouth, by the mouth of Yahweh Shah? How are you being spoken to now? By the ministry of his prophets, by those that he sent out into the highways, into the hedges, or to these sit down epistles online or whatever, to pass the message to you. So you can't say you all have been warned. And a lot of our people, they don't care. Like that nigga Waka Flocka. He don't care, man. He know of it. They all, you heard what he said. The brother Tony Moke said, you say, ain't you a brother? And some of you say, I'm so-called native. I'm a native. I'm Indian. Okay, well, brother, you one of these tribes right here. You up the north. He's shaking his head, talking about no. You see? He's shaking his head, talking about no. You see? They done heard it. But you need to understand that they have already rejected it. They have been, fuck them rejecting it. They have been rejected by Yahweh Shah, man. You see? And then he tried to flex on the brother, and they gonna say, have you ever been out of this country? What the hell that got to do with anything? What do that got to do with anything? This brother trying to tell you, repent. They ain't gonna repent, man. You shouldn't be talking on the phone, some old ass nigga talking about you believe in Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Jacob. What they got to do with anything? What he telling him? Some old ass nigga that don't know nothing. And then he try to flex on the brothers. Have you ever been out of this country? You know, you been to 3 countries and something. What does that got to do with anything? Because you can't tell me nothing if you ain't never been out of this place. And this is a problem with these motherfuckers, man. But let me finish this again. Let me read this again. You see? And it says what? Who would not be guilty? They would not be guilty if I had not come and spoken to them. But now they have no cloak for their sin. Now, how have he spoken to you? Let's grab it real quick. Where we at? What I want? Hosea? Is that what I want? Is that what I want? Because there's so many popping into my head right now. Let me grab that real quick. Is that? I don't think. No, that ain't what I want. That ain't what I want. That ain't what I want. Nope. Nope, that's not what I want. Nope. It's not what I want. Oh, Hosea 12 and 10. That's what I want. The water Yahweh Shah. Right? And it says what? I have also spoken by the prophets. Who? Who have spoken by the prophets? Yahweh Shah. And I have multiplied visions and used similitude by the ministry of the prophets. So this is how Yahweh Shah is speaking to you. He is speaking to you by the mouth of the men that he sent out to warn your ass. See, and what it says in the NLT, verse 10. Hosea 12 and 10. I sent my prophets to warn you with many visions and parables. You see that? They have already been warned, man. And they have already heard the truth, but they done made the decision. They already despise the truth. So fuck them. Matter of fact, let me go get that other one right quick. Right? Ezekiel right quick. In chapter 2. And let's read it. And it says what? I started 3. Ezekiel 2 and verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, I sent thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that had rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. Unto this very day. For they are an impotent children. They are an impotent children and stiff-hearted, meaning hard-headed. I do send thee, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus said Yahweh power. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them. See? They have already heard it, man. They have all made their decision. You see? So it's useless asking these motherfuckers, oh, what the mark of the beast is. So just because they know it, and they don't know it because they read it and they discern what the scripture's talking about, is because they didn't heard the truth. The gospel had been preached. They made the decision. They don't care. You see? How would you be saying something to this brother about telling him just the mark of the beast and don't take it? And then he asks you, let me ask you a question. Have y'all been out of the country? Have you been out of this country? Have you been to 3 other countries? Whatever. It don't matter. If you have or if you haven't, what does that matter? Well, you can't tell me nothing if you ain't been out of this place. Ain't none of that shit gonna matter any motherfucking way. Ain't none of that gonna matter. And a lot of these people thinking, in a time, hey, you the same message as to these devils, your riches, nor your silver and your gold ain't gonna be able to deliver you. Riches ain't gonna be able to deliver you in a day of trouble, a day of calamity. That shit ain't gonna, all this shit go fail here in Babylon the Great. You ain't taking this money and taking it when all hell break loose. You ain't taking no American dollars with no cracker faces on the front, and you ain't taking that shit nowhere, and this ain't gonna help you with a goddamn thing. And all you motherfuckers gonna find out, damn, all the years I was on TV and I was doing this and acting or music and all this shit, ain't none of that shit gonna mean anything when all hell breaks loose. None of it. You just gonna be like, the rest of us. The only difference gonna be between us and you is that we the elect and your ass is the 2/3. We the hopeful elect of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and your ass the goddamn for sure 2/3. You ain't no hopeful 2/3. You them motherfuckers like him, that Flocka motherfucker, and the rest of them motherfuckers, they for sure 2/3. Not no hopeful 2/3. They guaranteed 2/3. You see? Try to flex on the brothers and shit, talking about if you been out of this country. What that got to do with what the brother telling your ass? It ain't got nothing to do with none of that shit, man. But see, guess what? They them reprobate silver, man, that the Most High have rejected, man. That's what they are, man. Matter of fact, let me grab that one. Jeremiah 6. Let me go on down to the bottom, right? I start at 28. Jeremiah 6 and 28. They are all grievous revolters, walking with slanders. They are brass and iron. They are all corrupters. The bellows are burned. The lead is consumed in the fire of the fire. The founder melted in vain, for the wicked are not plucked away. Reprobate silver shall men call them, because Yahweh has rejected them. And that's the main thing right there, man. They have been rejected by Yahweh, man. So you can't, don't think, oh, they rejected the truth. No. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua have rejected them. You see? So we only seeing one part of it. You seeing that, okay, well, they despise the truth. They rejected the truth. No. Yahweh, the big picture is Yahweh have rejected them. That's the thing. See, so we look all the while we sitting back looking and saying, oh yeah, they reject the Most High. No, Yahweh has rejected them. You see, and they got to go according to the rejection. So if he rejected them, of course they're going to show you that they reject him. You see, because he already rejected them, man. They through. You see. So I ain't gonna even make this quick. I ain't gonna even make this long. But the point is, you see how you try to flex on the motherfucker, man. Asking the brother if they been out of the country. That don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. See? That nigga ain't got no money to even buy a bunker. And if he did buy a bunker, that ain't gonna save him. Any Israelite like that nigga Rick Ross was talking about, yeah, I'm building a bunker. I'm building a bunker. Nigga, that bunker ain't gonna save you, nigga. The Most High gonna squish your ass right on the inside of that motherfucker. It ain't gonna save you. You see? A lot of our people just doomed, man. As a matter of fact, let me grab that in Zechariah. Zechariah 13 and 8. That shit pissed me off when I saw that, because, like, fuck these people, man. You know, you'll be looking at it, okay, brother, hey, what's it? Good to see you, brother. You know, hey, man, you know, we the Israelites, something. That nigga don't care. Hey, brother, you brother repent. This nigga, he telling you, why would the brothers know what damn store at to buy a fucking blunt? I would hope that they ain't smoking no goddamn weed and polluting their damn lungs. Corrupting and defiling their damn temple. I would hope not. So why would them brothers even tell you anywhere where you can go buy a motherfucking blunt at, nigga? Crooked ass motherfuckers. Zechariah 13:8. Right? And it says what? And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And when it says the third shall be left, meaning the third is going to be remain. That's the remnant. That's what the Most High is concerned with. You see? Matter of fact, let me grab that word left, because I don't think I ever went into that. That the third shall be left therein. Your tar. Right? And it says what? To be left over, remain over, leave, remainder, to be left over, remain over, to be left behind. Meaning what? The remnant. It's representing the remnant. You see? The remnant. And you see what it says right here? Leave, remain, rest, remainder, remnant, reserved, residue, plenteous, behind, excel, much preserved. The remnant. You see? That's what it's talking about, the remnant right there. So the remnant is going to be left alive. 2/3, because they're going to be saved. 2/3 of our people, you're going to be cut off and you're going to die. I don't give a fuck if your ass here in Babylon or anywhere else on the motherfucking earth. If the Most High, if your ass ain't of the elect, you ain't going to make it. You getting put to death. And I always like to say, when it comes to our people, it's 2 things in store for you that Yahweh got preserved for you. It's he got preserved death for you or salvation. And that's what our people got to look forward to. You either got to look forward to salvation or death. And the only thing with these Edomites and the rest of these heathens, the only thing they got to look for is 2 things. Not no 3, it's 2 things. Death or captivity. And that's it. And that's it, man. So what did he say? And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, meaning what? And when it says I will bring the third part through the fire, it's talking about that persecution, that tribulation, that trouble we will have to go through. But guess what? What did he say pertaining to? He says well, what is that in a part in the Sirach where he says, "I'm gonna bring you through." It's gonna be 6 troubles, 7 troubles, but 6 troubles, but in 7 you should not be hurt. He gonna bring us through the tribulation, man. You see, he said in temptation, the Most High shall make a way that you might that he might bring you through. Hey, we gonna come out shining like gold, man. But 2/3 of our people, hey, you gonna be through. So what he says, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, talking about the elect of our people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power. So that nigga and the rest of the motherfuckers of our people that's like that, they through, man. They are a lost cause. They all have heard the truth, you see? So it ain't like when you come across these particular people that they have not heard it. They all have heard the truth. They all have heard it. Ain't no excuse for them. They already made their bed, now they gotta lay in it. You see? Niggas sitting back flexing on the brothers talking about, have you been out of this country? If you ain't never been out of this country, you can't tell me nothing. Well, we can tell your ass this. If your ass don't repent, you getting put to death. You, your daddy, and if his ass still alive, your mama, if she's still alive, they all getting put to death right along with you. And if you taught your children the wickedness that your ass doing, they getting put to death too. You see? So a lot of you Jakes, the only thing you got to look forward to is either salvation or death. And that's it, man. And that's it. Either you gonna repent and believe this truth, or your ass gonna perish. And I'm going to end it off there because I don't want to make it be long-winded. And I'm going to end it off there because, hey, I just wanted to get that off my chest. The Most High tired of you Jakes, man. And he about to turn up on y'all asses in a minute. You see? Trying to flex on them young brothers and shit, talking about if you ain't never been out of this country, you can't tell me nothing. Well, nigga, we can tell your ass ain't gonna make it. Your ass gonna get put to death. If not soon, later. If not later, soon. Shalom to the elected Yahweh Shem Shah.